All right, I wanted to talk about a little bit about things to watch out for. So recently, once we got this up and running again, they were laminating and making a whole bunch of boards, and they were cutting out breadboards out of pre-glued or glued lamination. And one of the things to kind of consider is how many pieces are you going to cut out of this, and where and how are you going to clamp this down. So moving forward with that, putting this aside. So this is some of the previous artwork. So in this unit here, I would use this location here because of this material is not going to collapse. If I put my clamp system here and here, then as this is cutting through, this is going to get weak and actually flex, move on you, and you're going to get this kind of, let me get this up here a little closer. I think you can see there that there's kind of some step. So it's showing that things were moving a little bit as a result of the clamping. On this one here, I think you can see that in here as well. So like on this one, what happened here? My take on that is that the cutter, these cutter paths were 150 deep per step, and was running about 20 inches. This machine is not that really rigid, but when the cutter starts getting dull, it's going to take a lot more force, being propagated but through the stepping motors and the lead screw. If this force at the cutter overcomes what the stepper motor is able to hold, you're going to lose position, and that's essentially what has happened here. So the control thinks that it moved because it's an open loop system. The control thinks that it moved to the location, but the stepper motor didn't get it there, and that's what happens when you're trying to run this machine too fast. Faster than you can really cut the material that you're working on, and using a dull cutter. So that's things to consider when you're clamping your workpiece. How am I going to hold this? This one's kind of a tough one because they're so close together right here. But clamp here, or clamp here, and clamp here. You can always move them. I think they actually cut these out one at a time. Initially I had programs set up to do all three using G54, 5, and 6. But those are things that we can go over as we start getting people trained.